Hello, Derick. Do you need a few minutes to get ready?
Yeah.
All right. Shall I wait outside?
Yeah.
All right.
Workout started. GPS on.
You see me in my casual golf shirt, and you put on your shirt. Are you ready to jog for a little while?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a late night last night?
No.
Workout
Just
resumed.
ate last night.
Oh, man. Where do you eat now that you don't eat at work? Do you come home to eat, or do you go out to eat?
I come home to eat.
Mm-hmm. So, Sleg's Lumber?
Yeah.
Is it a pay rise for you or the same money?
I don't know. Same money.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe you could do some overtime if they needed it, like at Christmas and stuff like that. I'm wondering how Rob's doing at Montana's. He's been there a week now. Same as you, basically. I think you were working at Sleg's before he started working at Montana's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it still feel like a new job, or have you settled in already?
I'm settled in. I feel comfortable.
Yeah. Is it just guys there, or are there women working?
Well, there's both.
Yeah. Do you have to wear a high-vis vest? One of those reflective vests?
Yeah.
When you go out into the parking lot, you have to put it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Norma came with me most of the way. She came on her e-bike, and she wanted to pull off at just after the pigs to buy some corn. And then when I got to Mount Newton Crossroad, I heard this ding, 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 ding behind me, and it was Norma. She'd had to catch up with me because she didn't have a wallet. She can't buy much with no wallet.
Zone 3.
So luckily she pushed it up into zone 4, you know, her power assist.
Get to you?
To catch up with me, yeah. Because she said that she stopped, she parked the bike, she got the lock out, and then she realized she didn't have any money.
So you give her some?
Yeah.
And then,
2 kilometers later, she caught up with me.
oh, and then she says, about the Domino's pizza at Christmas time. Well, too bad.
No, she said, do you want me to buy you some corn? I said, yeah, buy me 2 ears of corn. Because the corn's really good there.
Did you say Edith?
Ear.
Oh.
It's called an ear of corn. Cuckoo. One day I'm going to save your life there. You're going to come running out and boom. Luckily, we've got that ditch between us and the highway.
This golf is way better.
That's the place over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sleg Lumber.
All we have to do is, it's better because you're less bored. And,
Yeah, there's more people there.
And you get paid instead of at Big Wheel.
Yeah.
You get paid at the beginning
Yeah.
and at the end. So it's like it's regular.
Okay.
And you get to build up your holiday pay with Big Wheel. They give it to you right away.
Yeah, it's all computerized.
Also is Slave Bite Big Wheel Burger.
Well, I remember you telling me that the waitresses used to pool the tips and they used to give something to the kitchen. So Rob's going to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Oh, you mean he's dealing with the tips?
No, but he'll have to wait for whenever they give out the money.
Oh, that's okay. He'll love it.
It's every 2 weeks.
Oh, he'll love it.
You get a little bonus.
Oh, no, it's not every 2 weeks.
No?
Oh, yeah, no, it is. No.
The same as your pay period?
Yeah. No. So if 1 week he doesn't get his paycheck, he'll get tips. So kind of like every week.
In between weeks. So you get 1 week of pay, next week you get tips,
Yeah.
next week you get pay.
Yeah.
And which is better, tips or pay?
Pay.
Pay is better.
Because there's a lot of staff to provide it.
Yeah, but you don't get tips at Slag Lumber.
No.
Not unless the driver gives you 5 for helping him. But you're not supposed to accept tips.
Only accept tips at Big Wheel.
Well, the other thing which is probably nice for you is you're not constantly cooped up in a smelly kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, working with no windows. Over there you can look around and go for a walk in the yard. What's the most boring job you have to do there?
Everything.
Everything. You wait till Christmas time. They'll have you stacking all the bags of salt.
Oh, look, take a picture of this.
What?
FBI
FBI what?
on that.
Oh, yeah.
We found their secret hideout.
This is where the FBI is based, in Sydney, BC.
You have the Zoom?
Yeah.
You did a Zoom?
Yeah. Let you see. FBI. You can see it without zooming, and then I can zoom it in even more.
No, you need a picture of it zoomed in.
Well, I got it. That's the picture.
But you can't take a picture of it actually zoomed in at the same time.
I can probably get a little closer. I just wasn't sure how quickly you wanted to get running again. I got more zoom. You see there? FBI. There.
That's funny.
It's a pretty good camera, eh? I think you just wanted to stop, that's all.
Oh, how do you know?
Next thing you're going to say, oh, that's a pretty flower. Take a picture of that.
Yeah.
You cheat. You knew I had my camera with me, so you figured, I'll give him something to stop for.
But that was also interesting, too.
FBI, yeah.
It was worth the stop.
Well, it could be Fiberglass Industries.
Yeah.
Or, no, Fiberglass is one F and not a B, FB. French boat industry. It could be, or fancy bread industrials. I keep thinking of food, I don't know why. So my son had a bit of trouble with Google the other day.
What?
Yeah. His team manager told him that unless he starts writing up his reports, they won't consider him as part of the team. They don't have any complaints about his work, but he's not keeping up with the documentation. Anyway, I think they just gave him a warning. But it was tense for a while because you can imagine Norma was pretty worried that he was going to lose his job and stuff. But I was saying, you know, if he wants to come home, I'm sure Derick will be pleased to see him.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we're all fine with that. So he doesn't have to feel that he's let us down if he comes back.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all. I mean, he could say to us, they were boring people. Whatever, you know. I wanted to come closer to Derick. I wanted to start training with Derick. That would be good if we could get him to run with us, eh?
Oh, I don't think he would.
No, you're definitely better than he is at running.
1K and then he'd be done.
Maybe. I remember when we first moved to Victoria. Hello. Hi, Dad. When we first moved to Victoria, there was a race around Cedar Hill Golf Course. And he said, oh, I'll do it with you.
What?
Yeah.
The one I hate?
Yeah, the mystery tour.
Carlos?
Yeah. It started where you do the baseball. The Special Olympics. Baseball. And by the time he got to the other side, he was already walking. There was one dip and then a big hill.
Yeah.
And he started walking on the hill. At the time, I ran the whole thing. Look at that helicopter. Now, that's worth a picture.
That's a Navy.
Yeah. Or Coast Guard.
No, that's not Coast Guard. Coast Guards are yellow.
You're going to say to me, bring your camera. We keep stopping for the pictures.
That's an Army.
That's Army, yeah, that's right. Navy would have a stripe on it. Or Coast Guard. Look, I was waiting for him to turn around. It looks as if he's coming back this way.
So Coast Guard is yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a plain clothes helicopter.
Looks like a plane.
Standard paint job.
Holy cow.
What?
Take a picture.
Oh man. You want to take a picture of this Landau? This Oldsmobile? What is it, a Cougar? A Chevrolet?
It's like one of my dream cars.
I remember you telling me that.
Except it doesn't have leather seats.
And it doesn't have the leather top either.
No?
Some of them had a vinyl top.
I would buy it. Boom.
It might be for sale. You never know.
Except I would have to get a paint job on
But
it.
this is the punch house.
What? No.
One of these ones. This is also where that dog barked at me just now.
I don't think the Lade would, the guy, would be living in a place with a Lade.
With that car?
No, not that fancy.
Well, no, I mean somebody else. It was like four apartments in that one building.
Oh, look, another pit. No, I'm just kidding.
Another photograph. Yeah, right. No, listen.
Zone 2.
On September the 22nd, there's going to be a race here.
No breaks today.
I sent you. Well, there's been some photo breaks.
That still counts.
There he is. Hello, John. Mr. Botello.
Long time no see.
How are
So you
you?
know where we live?
This is your new place?
Yeah.
Wow, we run by here every week. Listen, we're in the middle of a run, John.
And Hillary's office is at home.
She has a home office. Next time I come by, I'll knock on your door.
Sure.
Are you still running?
No, I stopped running quite a while.
Auto
I'm
pause.
slowly getting back into it. I've done 2 or 3K.
This is my friend Derick.
Hey, Derick.
Hey,
Good to meet you.
He does Special Olympics. He's training. He's trying to get rid of some of his excess weight so he can be a better baseball player.
Awesome. And for me, it's cycling. And I've done the minor keto diet.
Oh, okay.
Very little bread, which I see a lot. And
What
it's
about
gone.
what about potatoes? Do you eat pasta and potatoes?
A little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit. Not much.
Oh, those geese.
So very low sugar or sweet things, and very low starch, as I call it, which is the carrots.
The other day I was coming along here with Derick, we were running. Some guy shot me in the face. I was behind him. We were jogging up behind him, and I said, "Runners behind you." And as I got level with him, he just turned around and whacked me in the face. So every time I come around this corner, I said, "This is where I got punched." Now I'm going to say, "This is where John lives."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll see you later.
Yeah, take care, girls.
Say hi to Hillary.
Absolutely.
What? You're going berry picking? Nice. I know John from way back. He used to be a runner.
Well, that stop break counted. That one.
Well, social breaks
That
count.
one was acceptable.
That's a social count, but no uncle breaks. Let's call them that. No uncle breaks yet. We've had 2 photo breaks and 1 chat break, but no uncle breaks.
What about a dog break?
No, that dog's going to bark at me again now. She's already overtaken us. And we passed her at the punch house. Joggers coming through.
Pound 12 minutes 56 seconds. Distance 1.75 kilometers.
Dog?
Average heart rate 100
You should have said, "Take a picture of that cute dog."
Zone 3.
Anyway, John, that guy, he and I are pretty much in the same age group. I think he might be a little younger than me. But he does a lot of cycling. And he had a bad accident on his bike. He was in the Grand Fondo in Toronto.
What's that?
It's a big bike race. They all just hammer it up and down the hills. And have you watched the Tour de France?
No.
No. Well,
Parts.
you know how crowded they get and how often they have crashes.
Yeah.
Well, he was involved in one of those.
Sheesh.
Yeah. He was doing about 80k, maybe 50 miles an hour, maybe 45 miles an hour, coming down a hill in a group of riders, and he rode over a water bottle. Somebody lost his water bottle, and he rode over it and crashed.
And then everyone else went with him.
No, well, he didn't bring down, he might have brought down one other person, but he ended up having to be flown to the general hospital in one of those medevac helicopters. They froze his brain to prevent damage. They put him on life support. They put him in a cast and held him sub-zero. Well, maybe not sub-zero, but they froze him down to prevent brain damage. Can you believe it?
And what do you mean, a casket?
No. In the hospital. They knew that if they woke him up too quickly, he might end up with swelling in the brain.
Oh, they put him on the bed.
Yeah, they put him in a medically induced coma.
They took his brain out.
No. They put him in a medically induced
Oh,
coma.
seems like you said he freezed his brain.
They did.
What hell?
Well, they chilled his whole body down so that it would stop any swelling. Because what happens with brain injuries is there's a swelling in the brain, and that's what damages the brain cells. So if they can cool the body down and put the guy into a coma, they recover better.
How do they know he'll come out of the coma?
Well, it's always a bit of a gamble.
Was his wife worried?
Of course she was.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they'd only just been married as well. Well, she's a very keen sailor. Oh, not sailor, cyclist. The pair of them do a lot of biking. But since then, he's always been on a medical disability. He can't work.
What's that?
Well, there is some damage. He doesn't function 100%, you know what I mean? Should I take a picture of that guy? The zigzag man.
No.
No? I mean, this is BC.
I'm surprised I didn't say yes.
You're getting tired of all these photography breaks. Well, this is the only uphill that we have to do, really. Just this gentle hill. But what I was going to say is there's going to be a race in this neighborhood on the 22nd of September. And there's a 5K, an 8K, and a 2-mile kids run. What do you want to do?
There's a what?
There's a 2-mile kids run.
What?
There's a 5K,
Yeah.
and then there's an 8K.
What's the kids run?
Well, it's for people under 16, I think.
How long do they go for?
About 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know if you'd be allowed in it. They might say, no fair, he's cheating. There's no way he's 12 years old.
Oh, and then I would get a trophy.
Yeah.
Get trophies?
If you win something, yeah. You wouldn't get trophy for 6th place. But
I get a trophy for winning the children's
Hi.
race.
no, you wouldn't get a trophy for winning the children's race. You'd be disqualified.
Well, then they wouldn't put me in it.
Well, the thing is, Derick, that I reckon we could both do the 5K. And I would run at your speed. And try and keep you in the comfort zone. Like this. Because at the moment we're going to be doing about almost 4K today. So if you can imagine just doing a little bit more and running a little bit harder, that's it, you're done. So if you say like 40 minutes, maybe less than 40 minutes would be our target. That's no, for a 5K. Yeah. You've forgotten. We've slowed down. (5.7 to 35). So somewhere between 35 and 40 minutes, we should be able to do a 5K. Depending if you're feeling good or not. Depending if you have to take any uncle breaks.
I remember when I was really fit, me and Howard and you.
Yeah.
And
We did a 10K in under an hour.
yeah,
Yeah,
53 minutes.
that's right.
Or was it 58?
Time 20 minutes.
Well, I know it was under an hour.
9 kilometers. Average heart rate is 160 pulse. Workout average pace 7 minutes 10 seconds.
For that, I should
Time for hydration.
Yeah, that's the day I gave it to you. Well, at the moment we're doing 7 minutes 10. So that's pretty good. The trouble is with being dressed like this, is when they see two guys like this running, they're going to assume that I stole your wallet.
Oh, can we?
You want to take a picture of the Gran Camino? That's what it is, El Camino. It's in pretty good shape, and it looks as if he uses it. He doesn't have a front number plate, though.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's trying to sell it. Maybe he'll sell it to the guy with the Chrysler. And they'll do a car swap.
Oh, instantly, no money, no extra, just even.
Yeah, just swap one for the other. Would you swap if you had one? If you had the El Camino, would you swap it for the Chrysler?
Better gas mileage.
More comfort, even though without the leather seats.
Yeah, a lot of would have saved your gas and comfort.
Oh, okay. And it might
Maybe
have
not speed, but
it might have a better cassette player in it. You remember cassettes?
yeah. Oh yeah, the Lade has a better cassette. It has
a better stereo or 6-track.
6-speed infinity sound.
Oh yeah. Surround sound.
And the trunk is huge too.
Hello. The trunk is huge too. That's great. Big enough to put a wheelbarrow.
The speed might not be as fast as the El Camino.
Well, the El Camino is probably a V8. Let's cross. Oh, hang on. This isn't your street, is it? No, this is Amelia. Hello. Joggers coming by. There goes the WestJet.
After this, I gotta go to the post office and ship something
Where to?
to Canada.
From Sydney?
Yep.
What are you sending?
Comic books.
Is somebody paying for them?
Yep.
Good.
$70.
70. Wow.
So hopefully shipping
It should be pretty cheap.
it's heavy, but I mean,
It might take a week and a half
you know,
if you just send it parcel post.
oh they don't do. Oh no, they do still. One time they used to do ground to the United States,
Yeah.
and then they changed it and said no more.
Well, I think there's basically 3 different levels of price. One is express, one is registered mail, and the other one is surface mail. You just want to send it surface mail. It's not as if they're going to damage in the shipment. And the guy, has he already paid you?
Yep.
Oh, well, he might be a little keener that you speed it up. If it was a matter of him paying you when he received the parcel, then he might take his time.
Then I have to ship a laptop to Africa.
Which one?
Oh no, my HP that I found at the thrift store. I'm not selling that MacBook.
The MacBook, you like it, eh? Well, enjoy it while you can, because as you know, pretty soon the operating system will be out of date.
Well, that's why I put Linux on there instead.
Oh, so you don't have iOS anymore?
Hello,
What?
that's a bus driver.
Is that your bus driver?
Yeah.
He might live in this house.
Time 25 minutes.
And he recognized you.
Yeah, because I saw him at Home Depot.
Average pace
Oh, wow.
12 seconds per kilometer.
At Home Depot or Sleggs Lumber?
It's like lumber. Home Depot. Don't tell my boss I said that.
No, I won't. Honest mistake. He meant Sleggs Lumber, even though he said Home Depot. So what bus does he drive? The 70?
Well, he used to drive the 32.
The 32?
And then he's telling me he drives the 26 now.
Okay. So I might see him on Mackenzie. Does he have ginger hair and a beard?
Nope.
Oh. I don't think I got a good look at him. So we're almost done, Derick. Even with the photograph breaks.
That probably counted for one big break.
Is that probably accounted for maybe 2 minutes? And talking to John. But that's when it's good having the auto pause, because I don't have to say, hang on a second, let me stop the app. Because I know if I stop moving, See, it says 26.
Workout cost.
And our average workout pace, call it 7 minutes per kilometer. So 5K would be 35 minutes.
Workout stop.
7 5s are 35. If we could do that pace, that's including the breaks that we took
Zone 3.
on the day. Do you think you could run 5K?
Yeah, but no challenge would be more.
Well, it's going to be fun in a way to have a lot of other people running with us. And
In
if we...
case something happens.
No, not in case something happens. Just it's more fun. You get energized by having a crowd of people all getting excited. The other thing is I could invite Rob to run with us. It could be you, me, and Rob.
But last time we ran with Sandy, I didn't have epilepsy. Now I do.
Oh, wow. So you don't want to have any problems with that in the middle of a race. Well, if you just keep calm and don't get too excited.
But then again, I'm on pills. What else could go wrong?
I think you're okay, Derick. I mean, I've run with you enough to know that you did quite a good run today. It wasn't like you were really suffering. I think you did pretty good. I'm going to start this woman again. She's going to start yakking.
Workout started.
Anyway.
Zone 1.
Oh, no, she didn't do it this time.
Can I write an article on
Auto
your
pause.
thing?
On my what? On my laptop?
On the description under the recording?
Sure.
Zone 0.
No?
What do you want to write?
What's that on his hand? Oh, okay. Just checking.
It's just a flower on the bandana?
I was just checking.
Oh, okay. Well,
What kind of looked like, you know what?
like snot?
No.
Blood? Vomit?
No, pot.
Oh, you mean the plant? No, it's
You're naming all the disgusting stuff, and I'm like, no.
Anyway, so you're going to send me what sort of description are you going to send me for this recording that I made?
Zone 1.
Well, a bunch of stuff. I'll email it to you.
That's right, because I'm going to take an hour to get home, so there's no way this is going to appear before you send me the description.
Yeah.
All right, so
You
do
don't
that.
want water? It's really good
Zone
right
0.
No, I'm going to stop at the water fountain on the way back.
now. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, Derick. Thank you for the run. I'll see you next week for sure.
It's probably because I've been using that water filter ever since I was 27.
Oh, wow. It's about time you changed it. Anyway, I'm off now. I'll see you, Derick. Bye-bye.